Welcome, student of life. You have come here not to waste time on endless words, but to learn how to master yourself. So I will not begin with stories or decorations. I will speak directly to the heart of your struggle. If you cannot master self-discipline, you are mastered by impulse. And if impulse rules you, then every desire, every fear, every distraction is your master. I will not let you live as a slave. Stay with me, because what I am about to show you is not only how to resist weakness, but how to walk with calm strength in every part of life. Later, I will reveal the single exercise used by the greatest Stoics to conquer temptation in the moment it strikes. But first, hear this. Discipline is not punishment. It is freedom. Discipline is not a chain around your neck. It is the key that breaks the lock. It is not about saying no to life. It is about saying yes to what truly matters. You already know this truth deep inside, but you bury it under excuses. How many times have you said, "I will start tomorrow"? How many times have you promised yourself change, only to fall again into old habits? Do not be ashamed. You are human, but do not remain weak. You are capable of more than you imagine. The Stoic way teaches that your mind is your fortress. If you defend it, nothing can conquer you. If you neglect it, everything will enslave you. So ask yourself, right now, who sits on the throne of your mind, your reason or your cravings? Understand this clearly. Every man and woman is ruled by something. If you do not choose reason, you have already chosen weakness. That is why you must begin with the smallest. Command to yourself, rise when you wish to sleep. Longer, close your mouth when you wish to complain. Finish the task when your mind begs you to stop. Each of these small victories is a brick in the wall of discipline. Do not despise small victories. They are the seed of great strength. You are not here to live like a leaf blown by every gust of wind. You are here to stand like a tree rooted firm, unmoved by storm. Self-discipline is your roots. Without them, you will fall at the first sign of trouble. But with them, you can endure fire, rain, and chaos without breaking. Now listen closely. This is where most people go wrong. They think self-discipline is built by fighting against themselves in constant war. They think it means hating their desires, shaming themselves, punishing themselves. No, that is not the Stoic way. The Stoic way is calm, steady, clear. It is not built on rage against the self, but on harmony with reason. You do not destroy desire, you train it. You do not erase temptation. You outgrow it. You do not conquer weakness by shouting. You conquer it by becoming so strong that weakness looks small. So let me give you a truth that will cut through all confusion. Self-discipline is simply the habit of remembering what matters most. That is all. You lose discipline when you forget your purpose, when you forget your values, when you forget the shortness of life. So, discipline is not about willpower alone. It is about memory. You must remind yourself every day why you live. A man who remembers his purpose does not need chains to hold him. Steady, his purpose is enough. But here is the danger. Your mind forgets. Every morning you may wake with strength, and by evening you are pulled into distraction. This is why the Stoics trained daily, repeating the truths that kept them strong. Marcus Aurelius wrote his own reminders every morning in his journal, not because he was weak, but because he knew memory fades. Seneca warned himself about greed, anger, and fear in his letters, not because he was a saint, but because he was human. So do not be ashamed that you forget. Be ashamed if you do not train your memory. Do you wish to know the first exercise of discipline? It is this. Every morning, remind yourself of who you are, and every night, review how you lived. Simple words, but a lifetime of practice. When you rise, tell yourself, "Today, I will be tested. Today desires will come, fear will knock, laziness will whisper. But today I will live as a rational being." And at night ask yourself, what did I do well? Where did I fail? How will I improve tomorrow? Do this daily. and your mind will grow sharp like a sword that never dulls. Do not rush. Do not demand perfection in a single day. The oak does not grow in one season. Self-discipline is built by years of steady growth, not moments of sudden fire, but every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong. You water the seed of greatness. Some will laugh at you. They will say, "Why do you deny yourself pleasures? Why live with such effort?" Answer them with your life, not your words. Show them that you are calm when they are restless. Show them that you are free when they are slaves to appetite. Show them that you can endure what they fear and walk through storms with a steady face. This is the beauty of discipline. It needs no boasting. It shines by itself. Now, I promised you earlier I would reveal the single exercise the Stoics used to conquer temptation. In the moment it strikes, this exercise is called premeditatio malorum, the meditation on hardships. Listen carefully. When desire comes, do not stare at the desire itself. Instead, imagine the pain that follows if you give in. When laziness whispers, do not look at the softness of the bed. Look at the weakness of the man who never rises. When greed tempts you, do not look at the gold. Look at the chains it fastens around the soul. In short, see the truth, not the mask. Temptation is always dressed in beauty, but underneath it is poison. When you train yourself to see the poison, you will no longer be fooled by the mask. This is discipline. Not fighting desire with clenched fists, but exposing it to the light until it withers. Remember this, and you will no longer be dragged around by impulses like a dog on a chain. You will hold the chain. You will walk with reason as your master. Student, do not delay. Your life is short. Your time is running. If you do not master yourself now, then when? Do not say, "I will change tomorrow." Tomorrow is the graveyard of discipline. The only time you can live is now. So begin today. Win. One small victory now. Turn off the distraction. Stand up and move. Speak with honesty. Do what you said you would. That is the first step, and if you fall, do not despair. Every great Stoic fell many times. Epictetus was beaten as a slave. Marcus Aurelius was tempted by power. Seneca was accused of greed. Yet they rose again and again and again. Falling is not the enemy. Staying on the ground is. So rise every time. And know that each rise builds a stronger soul. If this teaching speaks to you, share it with others. There are many souls in the world who suffer from lack of discipline, who feel chained by weakness, who have forgotten their power. Be the one who passes the torch. And if you have not yet subscribed, do so now, because these lessons are not for one day. They are for a lifetime. Join me, and we will walk this road together, growing daily in strength and clarity. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me where you struggle. Tell me where you win. Your words will strengthen not only you, but others who walk this path with us. So let us end this part with a vow. From this day forward, I will not be ruled by impulse. I will remember my purpose. I will live as a rational being, and when I fall, I will rise again. This is self-discipline. This is freedom. This is the Stoic way. Student, you have taken the first step. You have seen that self-discipline is not punishment, but freedom. You have learned to remind yourself of your purpose, and to see temptation for what it truly is, a mask covering poison. But this is only the beginning. Now we must go deeper, for discipline is not only about resisting temptation, it is about shaping your entire way of life. It is about building an inner kingdom, so strong that no outer storm can break it. This is the heart of the Stoic way, living as a master of yourself, no matter what fortune throws upon you. So I ask you now, do you live by design or do you live by accident? Do you rise each day with a plan, or do you drift like a boat without a sail? Discipline begins with order. Without order, your life will always be scattered. Without order, you will always be reacting instead of leading. The disciplined life is a life with structure. It is not rigid like stone. It bends where it must, but it has a frame, a shape, a rhythm. Marcus Aurelius did not rule an empire by accident. Epictetus did not endure slavery by accident. Seneca did not counsel emperors by accident. Each of them had order, routine, practice. So must you. Begin with your morning. The way you start your day is the way you command your life. If your morning is chaotic, your mind will be chaotic. If your morning is steady, your mind will be steady. So create a discipline at the start of every day that tells your soul, I am in control. It can be simple. Rise at the same hour. Speak gratitude for the gift of another dawn. Breathe. Reflect and remember what matters. Even 5 minutes of deliberate practice is worth more than hours of distracted wandering. But be warned, discipline is not about stacking endless tasks upon yourself, is not about filling your day with noise. It is about living with intention. Do less, but do it with clarity. Say no to what does not serve your purpose. Say yes only to what makes you stronger, wiser and calmer. This is how a Stoic lives. Now, you may ask, how do I know what to say no to? The answer is simple. Ask yourself, does this action lead me closer to virtue or farther from it? Virtue is the compass of the Stoic. Wisdom, courage, justice, self-control. These 4 guide every choice. If an action weakens one of them, it is not worth your time. If it strengthens them, then embrace it fully. You will find that much of what you chase each day is not necessary. Most of your distractions are not true needs, but passing cravings. Look at them with honest eyes. The endless scrolling, the idle chatter, the pursuit of luxury, the hunger for applause. Do these make you more just, more wise, more brave, more self-controlled? No, they scatter your strength. The disciplined soul is not scattered, it is focused like fire. And here lies another truth. Discipline is not only what you do, but what you avoid. It is the art of subtraction. The more you cut away what is useless, the more your life becomes sharp, clear, strong. Do not be afraid to disappoint others by refusing what does not align with your path. Better to disappoint a few people than to disappoint your own soul. Now let me tell you of a danger that will test you more than temptation or laziness. It is the danger of fatigue. For when the body is tired, when the mind is weary, discipline feels like a mountain. This is why many people fail, not because they are weak, but because they exhaust themselves on what does not matter. You must learn to guard your energy as a soldier guards his sword. Do not give it away cheaply. Do not waste it on endless arguments, petty fights, or shallow entertainments. Spend it where it counts, on the building of your character, on service to others, on the pursuit of wisdom. Remember this: the disciplined man does not fight every battle. He chooses his battles with care. He knows that to try to do everything is to do nothing well. So simplify. Cut away what is needless. Direct your strength toward what endures. And when you feel fatigue, do not run from it. Study it. Ask yourself, why am I tired? Is it from noble labor or from wasted effort? There is honor in the fatigue of honest work. There is shame in the fatigue of foolish indulgence. Train yourself to know the difference. But even the disciplined man must rest. Do not mistake discipline for endless strain. A bow that is never unstrung will break. The Stoics valued rest, but rest with purpose. Rest not to escape, but to renew. Rest not to indulge, but to prepare. This is how rest itself becomes part of discipline. Now, let me take you deeper still. True discipline is not only about actions, it is about emotions. Many think Stoicism means killing all emotion. No, that is a misunderstanding. Stoicism means mastering your emotions, not being mastered by them, and this requires discipline of the highest kind. Consider anger. How many men have destroyed themselves because they could not control their rage? How many friendships, families, and nations have been torn apart because discipline failed in a single moment of anger? To master anger is one of the greatest acts of discipline. How do you do this? Pause. Yes, pause. Anger is fire. It burns hottest in the first moments. If you can pause, if you can wait, if you can breathe before speaking, the fire dies. Discipline is that pause. It is the refusal to be a puppet pulled by the strings of emotion or considered desire. How many have fallen, not because of weakness in battle, but because they could not control a craving for pleasure? The disciplined man does not run from pleasure. He enjoys it when it is right, but never becomes its slave. He eats, but does not overeat. He drinks, but does not drown. He loves, but does not lose himself. This is the balance of discipline. Even fear requires discipline. You cannot remove fear from life. Death, pain, loss, these will always confront you, but you can train your mind not to collapse under fear. How? By remembering what is in your control and what is not. If something is in your control, do not fear it, act. If it is not in your control, do not fear it, accept. This is the courage of discipline. So you see, discipline is not only about building routines or resisting temptation. It is about becoming a commander of your inner world. It is about pausing when anger calls, moderating when desire pulls, standing firm when fear shakes. This is a far greater strength than lifting weights or running miles. Is the strength of the soul. Now let me share with you a practice. The Stoics used to train this strength. It is the practice of voluntary hardship. At times, choose discomfort on purpose. Sleep on the floor when you have a bed. Fast from food when you have plenty. Walk in the cold without complaint. Why? Because when you practice discomfort willingly, you weaken the hold of fear and desire over your mind. When hunger comes, you will not panic. You have faced it before. When hardship comes, you will not despair. You have trained for it. This is discipline at its highest form, to suffer willingly, so that when suffering comes, you are already its master. But beware. Do not practice hardship to boast. Do not do it for applause. Do it quietly. Secretly for yourself alone. The moment you seek to impress others, you have already lost discipline, for you are now a slave to their approval. True discipline is silent. It needs no audience. Perhaps you wonder, what if I fail? What if I cannot live up to this every day? Then you are like every Stoic before you. Marcus fell into irritation. Seneca fell into temptation. Epictetus admitted his own faults. The goal is not perfection, it is progress. Fail, but fail forward. Learn, adjust, rise again. Discipline is not about never falling, it is about never quitting. And now I ask you, what chains still hold you? What habit still rules you? What fear still controls you? Write it down, name it. Do not hide it in the shadows. For what hides grows stronger. Bring it to the light and it will shrink. Then commit today, not tomorrow, to take one step against it. Do not aim for complete victory at once. Aim for one. Step, one refusal, one pause, one act of courage. That is how mountains are moved. Share your step in the comments below, so that others may walk with you. Your struggle may be the encouragement another soul needs. Your victory may inspire someone who thought change was impossible. This is how discipline spreads. Not by one man alone, but by a community of souls growing stronger together. And if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe now, not because of me, but because of yourself. You need reminders, you need practice, you need guidance, again and again, for memory fades and weakness. Weights, let this be your training ground, and share this video with those you love. Help them break their chains as well. So let me end this segment with a reminder. Discipline is not harshness. It is kindness to yourself. It is giving yourself the life of freedom, not slavery. It is choosing the harder path now, so you may walk the lighter path later. It is strength in the face of storm, calm in the face of chaos, freedom in the face of fear. This is the Stoic way. Walk it daily, and you will not only master yourself, you will inspire others to master themselves. Student, you have walked far with me already. You have learned that self-discipline is freedom. You have learned that memory, order, and intention are the foundation of mastery. You have learned that emotions can be trained, that hardship can be embraced, that failure is not the end, but the forge of growth. Now it is time to go deeper still. to the heart of the Stoic way. Let me ask you, what is the purpose of self-discipline? Is it merely to wake early, to resist sweets, to control anger? No, these are only exercises. The true purpose of discipline is to live in harmony with reason, to live in harmony with nature, to live in harmony with the divine order of the world. If you master yourself, you align yourself with the universe itself. That is the highest freedom. But this requires something greater than daily habits. It requires vision. What do you want your life to stand for? What mark do you want to leave when your last day comes? If you have no vision, your discipline will wither. But if you have vision, every act of discipline becomes sacred because it serves your highest purpose. Marcus Aurelius asked himself each morning, "What is my duty as a man, as a part of the whole?" Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Each of them tied discipline to vision, to purpose, to destiny. You must do the same. So here is your next exercise. Write your vision, not tomorrow. Now, ask yourself, what virtues do I want to embody? What do I want people to say of me when I am gone? What is my duty to my family, my community, my world? Write it down, not in vague phrases, but in clear, living words. Then return to it often. This vision will be the fire that fuels your discipline when fatigue comes, when temptation calls, when fear whispers. Without vision, you will stumble. With vision, you will endure. Now let us turn to another truth. Self-discipline is not only for you, it is for those around you. Man who cannot master himself cannot lead others. A woman who is enslaved by impulse cannot bring freedom to her children. Your discipline is a gift not only to yourself, but to all who walk with you. When you control your anger, you protect those you love from its fire. When you conquer laziness, you serve your community with energy and strength. When you moderate desire, you teach others by example that peace is found in simplicity, not excess. Discipline is contagious. Your steadiness can steady a household, a city, even a nation. Do not think of discipline as private alone. It is public. It is a duty. It is service. When you rise early to do what is right, you are not only saving your own soul, you are strengthening the fabric of humanity. So let your discipline shine not in words, but in quiet example. Others will see, and they too will rise. But beware, discipline without compassion becomes cruelty. Do not use your discipline to judge others. Do not say, "I am strong and they are weak." That is pride, not wisdom. Remember, you too fall, you too stumble, you too struggle. Use your discipline to lift others, not to condemn them. A Stoic is firm with himself, but gentle with others. That balance is the highest form of strength. Now let me speak of one final enemy of discipline: despair. Sometimes you will feel, what is the point? Why try when death comes for us all? This thought has broken many souls, but the Stoic does not despair. For the Stoic knows that death is not a curse, but a teacher. It reminds us that time is short, and therefore precious. Every moment of discipline is a victory against death, because it transforms fleeting time into lasting virtue. You cannot control how many days you live, but you can control how you live each day. And if you live each day with discipline, then whether you die tomorrow or 50 years from now, you have lived well. So when despair whispers, answer it with courage. Yes, I will die, but before that, I will live as a master of myself. No fortune, no ruler, no fate can take this power from you. Discipline is yours until your last breath. Use it, and you will never live in vain. Now, let me give you one last Stoic practice, one that brings together all you have learned. It is the practice of view from above. When you are tempted, when you are angry, when you are afraid, rise in your mind above the earth. Look down on yourself as if from the sky. See how small your cravings are compared to the stars. See how small your fears are compared to the ages of time. See how small Your anger is compared to the vast order of the universe. From above, your problems shrink. From above, you remember what truly matters. This vision gives birth to discipline, because it frees you from the chains of the moment. You see clearly, and clarity is power. So now, student, we stand at the end of this teaching. You have heard much, but hearing is nothing without doing. Do not let these words fade like smoke. Write them down. Practice them daily. Speak them to yourself when weakness comes. Build your routines. Choose your hardships. Moderate your emotions. Remember your vision and rise again and again. No matter how many times you fall, I will leave you with this vow, spoken not to me but to yourself. From this day forward, I will live as a rational being. I will not be ruled by impulse, but by reason. I will not waste my life in distractions, but focus it on what matters. I will not wait for tomorrow is uncertain. I will act today. With strength, with clarity, with courage. I will fail, but I will rise. I will suffer, but I will endure. I will walk with calm discipline until my last breath. This is my vow. This is my freedom. This is the Stoic way. And if these words have touched you, share them. There are many who suffer in silence, many who feel chained by weakness, many who long for strength but do not know where to find it. Be the one who passes this light forward. Subscribe so that these teachings may return to you again and again. As reminders when you forget, leave your thoughts in the comments. Share your struggles, your victories, your questions. Together, we build not only disciplined individuals, but a disciplined community. Remember, student, life is short. The storms will come. Fortune will rise and fall. But if you master yourself, nothing can conquer you. You will stand calm, unshaken, free, and in your steadiness, you will show others the way. This is the power of self-discipline. This is the beauty of the Stoic path. Walk it with courage. Walk it with humility. Walk it with love. And when your last day comes, you will meet it not with regret, but with peace. I have spoken. Now it is time for you to live.